Jean-Luc Godard's Breathless takes place over the course of just 3 days. How many newspapers can Michel, our protagonist, buy over this time? That's 3.6 newspapers a day. In fact, he gets 7 of them in the first 30 minutes of the film, all in a single day. Talk about staying in touch with the news. It makes sense. If I were being chased by the police, I'd feverishly track any news about me as well. But that's not the only reason Michel buys all those newspapers. He has found so many uses for them besides just reading. He uses them to shine his shoes, get closer to a girl, and hide from the police. Right from the opening shot, it's clear that newspapers were a large part of Michel's identity even before he murdered a policeman. They're his personal emblem, along with his fedora and cigarettes. They hide him from the onlookers of the city and are an accessory in themselves, worn in the pocket or under the shoulder. Michel's reliance on newspapers is also a reflection of his personality. He's focused on the present, forgetting the past and ignoring the future. He goes through life without worrying about consequences, knowing he can steal whatever he needs, be it cars, money, or girls. Or money from girls. But then comes Patricia, and she's not a newspaper person, she reads books. Even though she works for the New York Herald, she's fundamentally different from Michel. Look at their reactions to this story he tells her.
Tout à l'heure dans François, j'ai lu un truc pas mal. Un receveur d'autobus qui avait volé 5 millions pour séduire une fille. Il se faisait passer pour un riche impresario. Ils sont descendus ensemble sur la côte. En 3 jours, ils ont grillé les 5 millions. Et là, le type, il s'est pas dégonflé. Il a dit à la fille, c'est de l'argent volé, je suis un voyou, mais je t'aime bien. Et ce que je trouve de formidable, c'est que la fille l'a pas laissé tomber. Elle lui a dit, moi aussi, je t'aime bien. Ils sont remontés ensemble à Paris et on les a pincés alors qu'ils cambriolaient des villas à Passy. Elle faisait le guet. C'est gentil de sa part.
While Michel is thrilled, Patricia is unsure what to think. But here's what happens on the following day.
Je pense à la fille de François.
Quelle fille de François?
Mais oui, celle qui est restée avec son ami sur la côte d'Azur. Tu disais tu aimais bien son caractère, cette fille.
Oui, une fille normale. C'est rare.
Since it isn't news anymore, Michel has completely forgotten about the story. It has no meaning to him, even if it so obviously paralleled the relationship between the two of them. Patricia, on the other hand, has let it linger in her mind. She's trying to understand it not simply as news, but as a story, with meaning and intention. Her fascination with novels is also the reason why she's interested in Michel.
Ce que tu veux, ça m'est égal. Je vais mettre tout ça dans mon
She hopes to
livre.
use his drama and dangerous charm as a source for her novel, following in the footsteps of her favorite novelists, William Faulkner and Erskine Caldwell. But the clash of newspapers and novels, and reality and art, ultimately means that Michel and Patricia are incompatible. By the end of the film, they switch places. Michel stays behind with the books and music, and Patricia goes out to buy a newspaper. And while he seems like he could get used to her life, she... maybe not so much. He loves her, and she betrays him. So why is there such a large emphasis on newspapers? There are not only loads of them, there are different kinds. There's the breezy Paris Flirt, the respectable New York Herald, and the actually relevant to the development of the plot Francois, where we see the articles about Michel. Godard puts all this attention to detail to show us how printed word shapes and reflects the identity of his characters. We can see that they truly are what they read. By making the world of his characters rich and interactive, Godard makes them feel real and driven. We can understand what's going on in their head just by looking at how they buy a newspaper.